right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. So, very shocking. I have to make this video this early. You know what I'm saying? And very unfortunate, but my New York Knicks have lost to the Indiana Pacers, 130 to 109. And I'm gonna keep it real. Besides maybe somewhere in the middle quarter, this game was even close. We've been down. Looking at the score, we were down 16, 15, 20, 25, and we lost 130 to 109. And it's beyond ridiculous. It's stupid, and the second seed has gone out. And it's crazy. Both second seeds have gone out on the same day. The Knicks and the Wolves. You know what I'm saying? So, both to sixth or fifth seeders. But, I think, Ant and Minnesota are the third seed, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think they're the third seed. But, it is what it is. Shout out to DiVincenzo. Shout out to, Josh Hart for at least playing through injury. 10 points, 8 rebounds. Really can't ask much for, guys coming off an abdominal strain. Brunson, we're going to get into Brunson. Diddy. And shout out to Alex Burke, man. 26 points, doing his thing. And, after, reevaluating it, what I'm saying? Shout out to the Indiana Pacers for doing their thing. They did what they had to do. They won on the road. They won on their home games, and they won the most important home game. That was Game 7. So, have fun getting annihilated by the Boston Celtics. But, it is what it is. But let's talk about something, man. Jalen Brunson. Brunson, there's so much I could say about you, Brunson. You have been, the best player I've seen since Carmelo Anthony. I think you're better than Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jalen Brunson, you haven't gone, you and Carmelo did the same thing, took us to the second round. But, I think, you're a better, I think you're just a better leader. I think you're a better passer. I think you're less selfish than Carmelo Anthony. You don't just jab step, jab step. You actually try to get your teammates involved. That was the case until Game 6 and Game 7 of the Indiana Pacers. Listen, Brunson, I get it. We don't have that many people, but Brunson towards the end of that game, Brunson towards the whole game, especially Game 7, has literally cost us the game. Brunson, I get you've been averaging 40 points. I get you're getting compared to LeBron and Magic Johnson, all these Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Oh, he's getting this 40-point game. He's getting that 40-point game. I saw that you passed Carmelo Anthony up in points scored in the playoffs. It's all fun and dandy, but Brunson, you're 6 foot. By the way, Brunson is 6 foot. I don't understand why Wikipedia and Google have him at 6'2". Brunson is not 6'2". Sorry. He is not 6'2". He's 6 foot, maybe 5'11" at best. He's around Trae Young's height. You are a 6 foot guard in a land full of giants. You can't play hero ball, bro. I seen you do it, but you can't play it, especially when the Indiana Pacers have figured you out. Game 6, they figured you out, bro. Double team you. Get physical with you. And that's what happened, bro. You try to play hero ball, which I can understand. Josh Hart was injured and stuff like that. But DiVincenzo was cooking. Pass the ball to DiVincenzo, especially when you're getting double teamed. Pass the ball to Alex Burke. Give the ball to Isaiah Hartenstein in the paint. Do something else. You playing hero ball ain't it. Ain't it. You cost us Game 6 and Game 7, Brunson. I'm not going to sit here and take a massive dumble over you, but, I expect better. Even in games, listen, look, Brunson does have a tendency to play a lot of hero ball, which, he does win us games playing hero ball sometimes, but doing too much of it, Brunson, you need to go back to passing the ball. Hopefully, when we trade for Donovan Mitchell, you'll go back to passing the ball. You'll go back to your unselfish ways. Hopefully. God willing. I'm praying and hoping. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is there. But, Brunson, I'm not going to blame you fully because when you're getting compared to, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and when, you're doing your thing, there's so much you can do as a 6 foot guard. All this blame goes to Tom Thibodeau. Listen, Knicks fans, I'm sorry. And listen, you can go look at my live stream where I talked to Brandon, who's Brandon's the quote NBA expert that I bring on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's watching this video or not. Listen, Tom Thibodeau does not deserve another contract. Tom Thibodeau doesn't deserve the praise that he gets from you Knicks fans. Knicks fans, what has he done? Are we that pathetic as a franchise that we're celebrating a coach who ran our players into the ground, a la Randall, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson? I don't care if Jalen Brunson got injured hitting his hand on Tyrese Halliburton's knee. I don't care if Jalen Brunson played injured throughout this whole season. He was injured. OG, Mitch, the list goes on and on. The dude has a history of injuring his players, running his players into the ground because he practices them too hard in the regular season. He plays them hard in the regular season. No diddy. And now you see the results of it. When you play your players hard in practice and in the regular season, when they have deep playoff runs, because let's be for real, that 76ers playoff series was deep. It won 6 games. Now you see the result of it. Our guys lost their legs. Listen, I said it on my stream, and I'm going to say it here right now. Nick Nurse won a title in 2019, literally 5 years ago. He was fired. Raptors fans didn't defend him. Budenholzer, this decade, 2021, 3 years ago, won a title for the Milwaukee Bucks. He was fired. Why in the world, Knicks fans, are you clamoring for Tom Thibodeau? What has he done? This is New York. We're not giving you flowers for going to the second round. We gave you them last year, not this year. We gave you credit last year, not this year. We expected Eastern Conference Finals. And people are going to sit here, well, they got injured. Well, guess what? They got injured because this fat piece of garbage runs them into the ground. He ran Randall in the ground. He ran Brunson in the ground. He ran OG, Mitch, Bonovich into the ground. These are human beings. I don't care if they're supreme athletes. These are human beings. You need to lighten up, Tom Thibodeau. People sit here and say, well, you can't, without Tom Thibodeau's coaching, we wouldn't be here. Well, guess what? Greg Popovich didn't run Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and them boys to the ground. He won multiple championships. Phil Jackson did not run, Jordan and Pippen and them boys into the ground. He didn't run Shaq and Kobe into the ground. He's a multiple-time champion. Thibodeau don't need to run these boys into the ground. Nick Nurse didn't run Kawhi and Kyle Lowry into the ground. Eric Spoelstra didn't run LeBron and Dwayne Wade into the ground. They won championships. That Pistons team in 2004, I don't know who their coach is. I'm forgetting the coach name. He didn't run Chauncey and Rick Hamilton and Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace into the ground. There's ways to work. There's ways to be balanced. You can give your players a break, but also be disciplined with them. Great coaches figure that out. Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich. Say what you want about Greg Popovich, and trust me, I do. But he's way better than Tom Thibodeau, Nick Nurse, Eric Spoelstra. They don't run their players into the ground like Tom Thibodeau does. He's the main reason. And I'm sorry, he does not deserve a second contract. The Knicks should not be giving this guy a second contract. We can find the guy who played 6-man somewhere and give him a chance. Because I'm going to tell you, with Jalen Brunson is going to take us to the second round no matter who the coach is. And if you add a Donovan Mitchell, we're still going to the second round. We don't need Tom Thibodeau. We got our guy. We got our borderline superstar. We got our guy. We just need to give him another all-star or another superstar. We don't need Tom Thibodeau. We should not be giving him a contract. He didn't work in Minnesota with more talent. He didn't work with the Bulls with more talent. Why do you think he's going to work with the Knicks? Why? For what? Tom Thibodeau has not deserved anything this year or the next up and coming years to warrant a contract or all this praise from the Knicks. Nick Nurse got fired. He just won a championship 5 years ago. Budenholzer got fired. He just won a championship 3 years ago. But yet Knicks fans are clamoring for this fat bum. He's Ron. If anybody who watches football will get this analogy, he's Ron Rivera 2.0. The only difference is Ron Rivera wasn't blessed by the Most High to get another quarterback like Cam Newton. Tom Thibodeau was blessed with Derrick Rose and Cat and all these and Jalen Brunson, and still can't do nothing. He needs to go. He's not the guy. Sorry. Unless we get another all-star like Donovan, he's not one of us anyways. And even with Donovan has an injury history himself too. So, it is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? Knicks, good season, man. See y'all next year. RJ out.